Schrock Innovations has won Customer Service Awards. They just got another nod. This one in Omaha for business to business.
We've joked with our guests before about their secret sauce. What's in the business variety? Let's compute this.
Thor Schrock from Schrock Innovations. Good to see you, Thor.
Good to see you guys. You know, the radio shows this weekend were all like blast from the past shows. Like, look how much things have changed, right? So like 15 years ago, if you'd have said, yeah, tag your kids, you know, it would have meant something completely different.
Right, like a pin
Like
in
an
the
ear
ear.
Well, CP, yeah, Child Protective Services will be getting a hold of you. But no, you do a lot of stuff for the individual people, home-based.
Absolutely, yeah.
Regular
Lots of
people.
consumer, about
Regular
80%,
people, consumers.
80%.
And now businesses, what we don't always talk about is the business-to-business stuff.
Yeah, you know, we don't talk about it a whole lot because, you know, when you do a segment on TV, most people who are watching are consumers,
Sure.
not business owners. But Schrock won Best of Omaha Business to Business again, which is kind of weird. But the first time we won it, we didn't even know it existed. We just got this like notification, hey, you won. And we're like, really? And then after that, we're like, wow, you know, this is really cool. But the you know, Schrock does a lot of different things for businesses. You know, everything from corporate IT stuff. Let me tell you a story. There's a company. There are two main companies, two big ones. That when you say, okay, I need IT help for a business, they're the two names that popped into your head. I'm not going to say their names, but if I did, you'd know who they were if you were a business owner. The one company will always sell you a Cisco solution for whatever it is you need to do. Even if you don't need a Cisco solution to do what it is you need to do. Cisco's very expensive, 10 grand starting price. The other company, when they send their technicians out into the field, their technicians are required to bill a certain number of hours per week or they lose their job. So you'll see these technicians that go out on site and they do work for people, and it's work that doesn't need to be done. For example, for those of you who are technically inclined, we had a corporate client that just came over to Schrock, and they had this other company doing their IT work for them, and they had a server, and the server was running Linux, and inside Linux, the Linux was running a virtual machine that was running Windows Server 2008. That was what they all accessed. And it was running domain servers and all this stuff, so everybody had to log in every time they sat in front of their computer. We walk in the door and we're like, are you guys do you have like an Exchange server? Is there like email, shared calendars? I mean, no, we don't do anything
So
like
they're taking
that.
a long way around.
Oh,
And without,
way long way around.
right, and
it's
they
like,
didn't
it's like
have
saying
so
I
much
have
more.
Windows 95, and inside of that I run Windows 98, and inside of that I run Windows Millennium.
Right,
It's just
doesn't
stupid.
make sense.
Yeah.
So what do
slow
you
things down.
offer that's different? I mean, if you're saying to some of these other people they have to bill a certain number of hours, do you go out with minimums then, or what is your relationship like with businesses?
No, it's another funniness from the radio show. You guys notice everything's getting more expensive everywhere? Like we just had a deck price that was like $20,000 for a
yeah,
deck.
right.
You know, just ridiculous. Whenever you want to have anything built, right, Mary? It's just incredibly expensive. So, you know, basically, my wife was making the comment, you know, everything's getting more expensive except for computer repair, obviously, because, oh no, that can't get more expensive. You know?
No, but you
Yeah,
see it as
so-
a relationship builder. You don't want to
Yeah.
gouge people because you want them
don't
to
rip
think
people off.
fondly of you and come back.
Well, we don't rip people off. That's not how you build relationships. People don't
right.
trust you when you steal from them. And eventually, you always get caught. When you're one of these companies that's ripping people off,
They'll figure it out
eventually you always get caught.
Yeah. One of the things I'm sorry, go ahead. Did you have
No,
some-
no, I mean,
One
so
thing-
yeah, we just provide great value is what
Yeah.
we try to do.
One of the things we talked about, I think it was last week, is search engine optimization, or SEO,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well, that's for a lot of businesses use those services. But what about websites too? Because you do websites.
Well, yeah, you can't have SEO without a website.
Right.
You know.
So who's going to design
yeah,
it?
Right.
yeah. So we do complete website builds. The weird thing about when we do websites is we'll sit down with a company. A lot of times when a web designer sits down, they say, okay, so what do you want to have for your, you know, what colors do you like? Do you have a logo? Do you have any pictures? Maybe some video? And then that's where the conversation starts from. When we sit down with a client, our first question is, what do you want to accomplish here? Because a website is a marketing piece. It's something that should have a specific goal, a specific and measurable goal, that if you're not achieving that measurable goal, you should take your money and spend it somewhere else, just like you would do with a TV ad or a Yellow Page ad or a radio
It
ad.
reminds me that hope is not a strategy. That's what some people, well, I built a website, hope it works.
Yeah, that doesn't work actually. When you put a website up, it's not magic. You know, people don't just find you and start buying your
flooding
stuff.
in.
Yeah.
Right.
So you offer free consultations
absolutely,
to
yeah.
businesses that are like, okay, I want to hear you out. What can you do for me? What do people who are watching now, if they own a business, how can they get the ball rolling?
Well, the easiest way to do it is, you know, I'm actually the person that coordinates the, so if you want to talk to me about it, I will talk to you about it. Then we have somebody come out and do an evaluation of your business to see how many computers you have. It's right in the neighborhood of $250 per computer to support your business for a year.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's not bad at all.
Wow.
SchrockInnovations.com. We got a couple locations
No
in the
wonder
metro
your
area. and
wife
Lincoln
is
as
bending
well.
your ear.
And I want to know those two businesses that you were talking about. Do they
That's
know
funny.
that that you're talking about them, and they probably wouldn't be very happy with you, Thor.
Well, I didn't say their names.
No.
That's not what it's about.
And he
No,
doesn't
it's
care
not.
if they're happy. Trust us. Thor, good to see
Thanks,
you.
Thor.
Thanks,
We'll
guys.
see
Yeah,
you
good to
next
see you.
week, okay?
All right, there are different